Okay, like I said in the previous video, I was going to start making videos after each new episode of Glee or Dance Moms. As you guys know, Dance Moms was new on Tuesday. It works out perfectly for me because I just started ballet and hip-hop. Tuesdays I have hip-hop from 5:30 to 6:30. Then after that I can come home, shower, whatever, get ready for Glee from 8 till 9 o'clock. And then watch Dance Moms from 9 till 10. So Tuesdays are like the perfect days for me. Thursdays are okay because I have ballet, but other than that, there's really nothing going on Thursdays for me. But I wanted to discuss this week's new episode of Dance Moms. I loved it, but there were some issues. Let's start from the beginning. Starting with the auditions. I was kind of upset by Peyton's mom. Surprisingly, Abby wasn't that mean. She was telling her reasons why she didn't choose Peyton, and maybe they were the wrong reasons, but she wasn't yelling back at her, which is not normal for Abby. Abby normally yells at everything, so that was very confusing for me. I was like, I don't even know whose side I should be on right now. Should I be on Peyton's, or I don't even know. But after that, I was just like, maybe Abby's turning around. But then I turn around and she chooses Kendall, and that's fine and everything. Kendall's adorable. She's a cute little girl. But then she starts her stuff again, her whining, her bitching about everything. And it's kind of ridiculous because she's over here being mean to Brooke because she has writing on her hand. Brooke is 13 years old. Do you know how many 13-year-olds write on their hand? Like, every other 13-year-old in this world writes on their hand unless their parents are going to beat them up for it, or they just simply don't even care to. Kids do it. I did it. I mean, since when do dance companies usually prefer for you not to write on your hand, which is fine and everything. But she's 13 years old. I had writing on my hand, and sometimes they would be like, wash it off if it was too much. But if it was something little, they wouldn't really notice, or they wouldn't really care. But my thing is, she's not at a competition, Abby. Let's calm down. If she walked into a competition and she had writing all over her hands, then I would be a little bit concerned. But she's not at a competition, so shut it. Next thing is how she's putting the pressure on Chloe. I mean, it's a good thing that Chloe is getting recognized and everything. Chloe's adorable, and she did a great job at the music video. But she doesn't need to put the pressure on the girl. It's just like, I don't even know. And then when she got chose for the callback performance, and you saw Maddie's face, and then Abby was telling Maddie that Chloe wouldn't be that way for her, she would be sad, of course. Any normal girl would be sad that they didn't get it. But Chloe is a sweetheart, and she would care. She'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that Maddie got it. Abby is a bitch, and I don't like her. Sometimes I just cannot stand her. She might be a great choreographer and everything, but the girl needs to calm down. Okay, and the next thing is, at the end, we all noticed that Kendall wasn't everything that we all expected her to be. She wasn't the best dancer and everything, but everybody's got to realize is Abby doesn't need to be a complete idiot towards her. Number one, Kendall didn't come from her studio. She trained with someone else, so her technique may be a little bit different than what Abby's used to. Number two, she can't just sit here and say, oh my gosh, you're not doing this right, or you're just not even training her right, or whatever. I don't even know. But it's like, you picked the girl. Obviously, you must have seen something in her for you to pick her. Either that, or you're blind as a bat. Now, I think the girl must have potential, but you're sitting over here making her have a solo, learning a choreography in the first 3 days of her being in that group, and you expect her to get it like down packed. She's not used to that stuff, and you're putting so much pressure on the girl. I mean, I just feel bad for Kendall because it's like Abby's gonna pressure her and make her feel bad and everything, and I just, like, you can see how Brooke doesn't really want to be there anymore. And you all know Kelly's story and how she left because Abby wanted her to choose dance over having a normal teenage life. It's like, I don't want these little girls to have their futures being ruined. I mean, if the little girls like Chloe and Maddie, if they really, I can see them really sticking it out because they know what they want. But Mackenzie, just because she's 7 years old doesn't mean she has to be like her sister. That's another thing. The bad thing is she's going to be compared to her sister a lot with Abby, and it's going to be kind of ridiculous, and I just think that's the dumbest thing in the world. Something else is Kathy and her idiotic self. She needs to jump off this bandwagon. She's a horrible teacher, and I hope she gets fired one day. Apparently, she's really nice. If she was nice, it was before the show. Then she got on the show, and she got all this hype, and now no one gives a flying frick in space about her except for the people who go to the studio. I wonder if she has more people in Ohio wanting to be at her dance studio for this reason. If so, then I'm sorry, but you just have a horrible dance teacher. You're not winning anything, especially if you go up against Abby Lee Dance Company. They're bound to win. And by the way, when they were all coming in, I saw a video on Lifetime, of them coming in to the studio for the auditions, before the auditions, and people are wanting the girls' autographs. Abby was like, no, you're not giving autographs, you're not famous. Just because you got in the limelight once, Chloe, doesn't mean that you're the most famous person in the world. You don't need to be giving out autographs. Why do you think that she's just famous because of that video that she did as Little Lux? We all know her from the show Dance Moms, Abby. Shut up. So that's basically my thoughts of Tuesday's episode, the first episode of Dance Moms. I liked it, but at the same time, don't care for Kendall's mom. I just don't care for much. But I hope the season does get better. And don't mind this, I'm just sitting weird. I'm leaning over. But yeah.